Good night, good morning, and assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to fast number 15. Hopefully, downhill roll now, because I count them backwards, it just makes it go quicker. Maybe it's a psychological thing. But we shall see. With a blink of an eye, in the last couple of years, the last 15 go really quick. Whose big idea was it to do every day during the fasting? Just finished that Sehri, about to do the weight, but boy, I am really knackered. It's really starting to catch up. Everything is starting to catch up on me now. And especially with yesterday, somehow the DJI camera lost the footage during an update. So I didn't like what was left, so I had to go and redo it again. Although I don't mind, because it gave me another chance to go around the mountains, but time factor is just getting really hard. There's just not enough hours in the day. And to top it all off, I'm really not eating properly. But hey, let's see how we get on with the weight. Official weigh-in for what we now, the third week, starting of the third week. Let's see what we got. As I said, I'm not very optimistic about the weight. I've been dropping a couple of kilos a week, so let's see what we got. Had a really good sleep. I couldn't wake up in the morning. All I had was a couple of bits of fruit, a banana and an apple and a glass of water. That's all I got today. Slightly again feeling tired, sleeping well, so I can't complain about that, but I was up early this morning. Anyway, without further ado, let's have a look at this weight. 84.5 kilos. Still dropping, which I'm quite surprised. Oh, pleasantly surprised about that. Still dropping, 1.5 kilos. Would have been nice for 2 kilos, but I wasn't optimistic. I thought I'd actually put a little bit of weight on, but still very happy with that. Somebody once said to me, the pets or the stray dogs and stray cats get a better standard of living than the homeless do in the UK. I laughed at that suggestion first, but now I think about it, I think they've got a fair point. The dogs have a much nicer life here. The weather's nice, they spend all day roaming, they get fed. Actually, believe it or not, people bring out food and feed them. And what they've done around here, which I really like, is set up actual kennels for them. So if they get too hot, they actually go into kennels. Most of the dogs here also get free healthcare, a free vet. They get rounded up and they get checked over, and then they actually get a tag put on them as well to see that they are actually all right. So free food, free accommodation, free healthcare. The homeless don't get that in the UK. This is what I was saying about the dogs. Perfect life. Look at that. The kennels are set up for them here. They just come and use it. People come, fill it up with water, give them food. And, you know, they're generally just well looked after. Every so often, the vets will come down, check them over, mark them. And what they do is they put a tag on them. And if that weren't enough, you've got some on the other side over there as well. And as I always say, they're always doing something. The council, the workmen, they're always doing something. Always trying to improve the area. Here you go. Not a care in the world. And he's not aggressive or anything like that. And actually, none of the dogs I've seen, some of them are massive. Absolutely like ponies. But they're not aggressive at all. There you go. The kennels for the dogs, especially made and left here so they could just use them. And look, he's happy in there, so they do use them. And next to them, water as well. So people come, fill up, give them food and water. I've got to say, they do love their pets. They're very good. The people just genuinely have surprised me. And look, here he is, he's out enjoying the sun. But again, like I said, not aggressive, nothing at all. And as well, there's some on the other side as well. And the more you think about it, the more it does sound like the dog's life is better here than the homeless we have in the UK. And especially with the weather that we have here, I mean, it's sunny. This is perfect. This is not cold, this is not, perfect weather today. So much for the perfect weather. It hasn't actually stopped raining now. Feels a lot colder, very cold breeze out there. Someone trying to tell me it's 20 degrees. it feels like 10 and I'm proper cold. Talking about the dogs, they've got a good life out here. What I haven't noticed is any rough sleepers. Even when I was walking around the old town, there's no rough sleepers there. People don't tend to sleep in doorways. And I just put that down to that the country's so big and so vast, and it's surrounded by mountains and open space. If people want to get their head down, they can easily go onto one of the lands, put a bit of tarpaulin up and just go to sleep. They're not going to get bothered because nobody really goes there. So there's hardly any homeless that I've seen. I haven't seen any trouble. I haven't seen any police. I mean, the only other time the police stop you is when they do speed checks or road checks. Apart from that, you don't ever get stopped by the police. One thing I must say, when you're travelling, make sure you have your passport with you. When I was here last and we were travelling around, we got stopped by the police at a road check, and I didn't have my passport with me. The policeman, fair play to him, he was a bit firm, to be truthful, but he said to me, look, you know, you have to carry your passport wherever you go. Lucky we weren't too far from the place I was staying, and one of the boys drove back and picked it up for me. And this was when I was actually working. So he said to me, oh, well, you know, if this happens in the UK, you'd be arrested and deported. And I said to him, no, I don't think I will be, because as a tourist, you can travel, but it's just safe to carry your passport with you. It's only when I told him what I do, and I explained to him how the law works in the UK, that he said to me, okay, and his attitude changed completely. But I still had to go and get my, well, one of the lads still had to go and get my passport for me before he'd let me go. He stayed with me to make sure. Again, this is the refugee crisis that they're having. There's a lot of people coming into the country and they just want to keep a control on it. So partly my fault for not carrying my passport. I've learned from that experience. I always carry my passport now. Generally, my experiences with the police and the authorities has been really, really good. I can't really complain about anything. What they do have, and is the same as the UK, a lot of beggars at the traffic lights. Same as the UK, coming up to the car, asking for money. And I just put that down to the local Syrians that are here. The Turks are having a lot of problem with the Syrians, and the Syrians are the ones who are begging around here. The police try to move them on, but they are just so many here. Every traffic light, there's about 3 or 4 people asking for money, and that's the only negative thing I can actually say about Turkey so far. Well, anyway, I've got another 2 weeks to go, so let me see if I can get something negative. Getting ready to break fast, usual fruit, followed by homemade chicken and chips. I'm definitely getting spoilt here. Call for prayer for the Travi night, but the day's actually been alright. It was manageable. The weather's been really bad and it's still raining now. See you in the morning. Hopefully I can fucking wake up. I'll make some cheese on toast for myself. If not, bread and water.